It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Checking out Brooklyn, they've yet to win against this squad this season. 2 games, 2 losses. We'll see if their luck changes tonight. Well, as we know, the value of great outside shooting perhaps never higher than it is right now. Kenny, in your mind, who are the premier shooters in the game?
I'll tell you, it's obvious that the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, top 2 guys shooting the basketball. Kyle Korver's right up there. An undervalued, underrated shooter, Carmelo Anthony.
Stop it. You name Carmelo before you name Dirk Nowitzki, before you name Damian Lillard, before you name Kevin Durant. I'll even put Jose Calderon.
Oh, you're kidding me. Over
Carmelo, yes, all day, every day.
Carmelo?
Yes.
Give me a shooting contest, Jose versus Carmelo. I'm taking Carmelo every night.
You set it up. Jose, what's up, Papi?
May 23rd, Shaq.
May 23rd.
Let's go down to Kevin Harlan.
On the floor for the visiting Boston Celtics. At power forward, David Lee. At point guard, Isaiah Thomas. At center, the Cobra. At the other guard position, Jaylen Brown. At the other forward position, the Kid. The head coach of the visiting team is Brad Stevens.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. The Brooklyn Nets, they want to turn the season series around as they lost their last matchup against the Celtics. And now they'll try to tie up the season series at 2 wins apiece. They've taken 1 game out of 3 so far.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. We've got the Cobra. David Lee is out there with the Kid. Then it's Isaiah Thomas, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard. Here's Irving, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
That's good from Irving. And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
That's good. The Cobra's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Back to Irving. Irving double team. Johnson wide open. He fires. And Monroe kicks to Harden. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to talk with Brad Stevens for a minute. One of their harder tasks in this game will be finding a way to slow down the explosive scorer, Joe Johnson. He said there isn't any one answer, as Johnson can and will play so many different roles in an offense throughout the course of the game. He said he can initiate plays as well as finish plays. We'll just have to make sure we don't lose track of them. Guys?
All right, Doris, thanks. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Irving against Thomas. The pass to the Cobra. Lets it fly from 18. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. 6 points for the Cobra.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep, and he gets it to go. Harden's got 5 points so far.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Thomas goes in. No luck. Nice D from Griffin.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And the shot is good. He's got 5.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Now here's Lee. 9 points last game. Here's the kid. Pass to the Cobra. Wide open look. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Harden dishes to Irving. The feed to Monroe. Off target with the jump hook.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here is Harden. He has 5, and he gets the bucket.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Thomas against Irving, and Thomas, here we go. Will it go? And he drops that one in. The kid's got his first basket.
Great rise and dime there. He changed gears in midair to make the assist.
Irving passes to Johnson. Picked by Griffin. Johnson kicks to Griffin. Shot off the screen. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Thomas. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Here's Irving. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Here's the three. Lee gets the rebound. Celtics trail by 6. Outside Thomas. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Johnson. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Johnson dishes to Griffin. The 17-footer. No good. Good D by Lee. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
A shot by Harden, wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's 10 points for James Harden.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Brooklyn. Al Horford is checked in for Boston. T.J. Warren comes in for Lee. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Thomas. Pass to Brown. He dishes it to Horford. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Warren. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP and international play while with Team USA.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now Thomas. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And taken away by Brown. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP and a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest. And I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Trevor Booker comes in for Monroe, and Harris subbed in for Joe Johnson. Then for the Celtics, Marcus Smart comes in for Brown, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Now, here is Harden. He's got 10. And here's Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Over to the wing. The kid. That's short off the rim.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. Harris kicks to Harden. It's stolen. Here's Smart. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Some solid defense from Harris. Brooklyn leading by 3. Lets it go from the wing. Al Horford with the rebound. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from 3 was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked money.
Now here is Harris. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's the kid. They grab their own miss, and the basket by Horford.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. You know, you talk about Smart's lackluster field goal percentage. Once he gets more comfortable with his ball handling and adjusts to the length in the NBA, I think he'll convert more at the basket. That'll also create more drive and dish chances for him as well.
Now, here's Warren. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. The kid passes to Smart. And again, it's Boston converting.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper. And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
And the Nets with possession here. They trail by 1. 1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Irving. Tries to snap the cold streak. Count the bucket. Irving's got 11 points. And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked in to that task.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. 1:14 left in the first. Pass to the kid. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Been a good one for the kid. He's already got 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 11. Nets passing it around. Now here's Booker. Not a lot of room. 4 on the clock. Stolen by Warren. To the paint. Horford trying to free himself up. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The 3 from Mills. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Mills has got the game tied up here for Brooklyn. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now, here's Warren. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Brooklyn. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and a miss there on the triple. Here's the kid. Tie game in Brooklyn. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then it's Greg Monroe. And it's Mills in at the 1. Nets trail by 3. Harden with it. He kicks it to Mills. Picked by Griffin. Mills dishes to Griffin. Puts it up. The rebound by the Celtics. Lee's got his third rebound tonight. Brown kicks to Thomas. There's the dish to Lee. They set the screen. He feeds it to Brown. From the arc. The rebound by the Nets. Monroe's got 3 rebounds now in this one. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now, here's Mills. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And also, give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man. I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Outside Thomas. Here's the Cobra. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. The pass to the kid. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds in this game. Harris misses.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Now here's Brown. A 32-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him, passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Thomas. That doesn't go either for Thomas. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Harden outside. Screened by Monroe. Harden kicks to Mills. At the elbow, it's Harris. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And a moment here to see the numbers for the Cobra. First in assists, first in steals, and he has so many different ways to get the ball in the basket. Right now ranked 3rd in the league in points per game.
And I think we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. I mean, he maximizes every possession and just shreds defenses.
Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Johnson, he's checked in for Patty Mills. And a change for the Celtics. Bradley's checked in for the kid. And he can't hit the second.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Griffin. Let's keep it alive. Another shot. Monroe, no good. It's a close game here in Brooklyn. Thomas passes to Lee. Outside Thomas. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7. Greg, you're talking about David Lee, the two-time All-Star. Pretty much a starter most of his career, though. A big change, Clark, as he came off the bench this past season after he was injured in the preseason.
Yeah, you know, you think about his game, though, Kevin. Highly skilled, mobile, smart. Gives you energy and scoring. I think he's ideal coming off the bench.
Here's Monroe. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot, and that one's good. Monroe's got his first 2 points. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Here is Harden. He's got 13. Feeds it to Harris. Kicks it to Johnson. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how... I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah,
perhaps.
But hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Harden, no good. Celtics leading by 3. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Johnson dishes to Monroe. 5 on the clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on David Lee.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
The free throw drops for Monroe. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So, Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And that one falls for Monroe. We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area. There's still value in that.
Here's Warren. Kept alive by Boston. Brooklyn's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. In the corner, Harden drills the three-pointer. And it's a 4-point Nets lead.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Now here's Smart, covered by Irving. They need this. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown wide open, he fires. Horford. Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. Greg Monroe is second.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
And the first one at the line is good. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
So Horford gets 2. Now Harden. He's got 16. Johnson outside. Fires the 3. And Boston with the rebound.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
It's Brown with the drive. The shot no good. Good D by Irving.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Horford kicks to Warren. Brown outside. Hits it from three-point range. Brown's got 7 points in the game.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach his true potential over the course of the regular season.
Timeout called the Nets.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. Offensively, he wants them to work the ball around. He stressed the need to find good shots, not quick shots. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Brown. Brown against Harden. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Harden against Brown. Harden the pass to Booker. Irving from long range. No good. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Warren with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. That shot wide open. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Harden dishes to Irving. There's the screen. Passes it to Millsap. Back to Irving. Will it go? And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League. In the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
And talking about TJ, guys, he put up a few interesting numbers towards the end of last season. Shot 64% from the field in March. Had 18 points in one game, 17 in another. The last game of the year, he chips in with 6 assists. So now it's up to him to put it all together on a more consistent basis.
Both free throws good for Irving.
And, you know, getting back to TJ, yes, he needs to improve his shooting range, but what I'd like to see are major improvements on defense. I mean, he shows active hands when he's near the ball, but he can also be a bit lazy as a defender and gambles and reaches too much. That won't get it done at this level.
Boston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Picked by Horford. And here's Smart. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Clock at 4. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Boston. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Brown outside. The shot no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Irving kicks to Johnson. A 3-ball. And it's Irving missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And finished off by Brown.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. Johnson, that's for 2.
Rebound, Boston.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Pass to the kid. And again, it's Boston converting.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Johnson with it. Picked up by Brown. Booker the pass to Irving. Johnson for 3. The shot is off. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's the kid. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Inside. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now an 11-point Boston lead. 17 seconds left to play here in the half. Now, here is Irving. 13 points in the game. Can they get it? That's good. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter. Smart. Shot is no good. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Celtics lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, David, obviously a very strong first half. What's been the philosophy of this team and how you mentally set your focus as a group to come out and play your best basketball?
We just need to keep being consistent, and we're a team that's going to stay humble. That's not an issue with us. We're trying to play defense, rebound the basketball, and then just share the ball in offensive ways as a team.
David, it's been a complete change in culture. Thank you for your time. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
They need to look into areas where they can gain an advantage. Rebounding is largely a hustle stat. Right now, they're getting out-rebounded. They need to commit to changing that. Those extra opportunities afforded by better rebounding are key for them to win tonight.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.